Hey guys, this is Bacon Chris here, and today I am doing a top 10 favorite cereal video. So, if you hate any of these cereals, that's fine with me. Because today I'm going to be talking about my favorite cereals of all time. So, grab your bowl and spoon and get out the milk, because it's time to tell you my favorite cereals of all time. Number 10 is Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs is the most chocolatey cereal ever. Even the milk. Well, Cocoa Puffs turns your milk into chocolate milk because of the chocolate flavor. Cocoa Puffs was one of my favorite cereals when I was a kid. And I always go crazy for Cocoa Puffs. You know, Sonny the Cocoa Bird is hilarious. And speaking of Sonny the Cocoa Bird, I can actually do a good impression of Sonny. I'm Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Yeah, that always entertained me as a kid. I don't know why Sonny always just, jumps up and down. But that is actually hilarious. Number 9 is Trix. And Trix is a fruit-flavored cereal with shapes. Back in the old days, it was all shapes, and then they switched it to like colored ball shapes. And this year, they're bringing back the fruity shapes of the cereal. I love the Trix commercials, especially when I was a kid, where the Trix rabbit was trying to steal Trix off of kids. And then the kids were like, "Silly rabbit, Trix are for kids." I mean, I actually like the taste of Trix. It brings back a lot of childhood memories. It's hard for me to describe it because it's been years since I ate the cereal. I also like the Trix yogurt. I don't know if this yogurt is discontinued, but this yogurt has been like one of my favorites types of yogurt, along with Go-Gurt, Dannon. By the way, I also think Greek yogurt tastes gross. But if you like Greek yogurt, that's fine. It just smells funny, in my opinion. Number 8 is Froot Loops. And yes, I love Froot Loops because Froot Loops has maybe like more fruit flavor than what Trix has. I mean, it is similar to Cheerios, and Cheerios has their own product called Fruity Cheerios. I even like these Froot Loops treat bars that I eat at school sometimes. And yeah, they're perfect for... I love those milk and cereal bars. I mean, one thing I like about Trix is that they come in different colors. And I was always obsessed with colors when I was a kid. When I was watching PBS Kids, I would always see Froot Loops commercials. Froot Loops, proud sponsor of this. Number 7 is Cookie Crisp. This is the cereal where you can eat cookies for breakfast. Back in the old days, there used to be like a normal dog. And then they changed it to a wolf who is actually trying to steal the Cookie Crisp, just like the Trix rabbit, who's trying to steal his cereal. You can't have cookies for breakfast, but you can have Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp is cookies for breakfast. In my opinion, they actually taste good. They actually taste like you just got them from a bakery. I mean, they actually taste like Chips Ahoy a bit. And Chips Ahoy is a good cookie. Okay, up next is Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs, based off of this famous iconic candy. And Reese's Puffs is, peanut butter and chocolate. A lot of cool kids eat that. I do apologize for not keeping track of the numbers. And maybe for my next top 10, I should put in some numbers. Basically, Reese's Puffs was really delicious. It was one of my favorite cereals when I was in kindergarten. And I like the idea of eating chocolate and peanut butter mixed together in one cereal bite. Yeah. I really do like Reese's Puffs. Next up on this list is Rice Krispie Treats. And I like the cereal because it has marshmallow in it. And you're going to probably know what number 1 is. Well, so basically it's just normal Rice Krispies made with butter and some marshmallows, which is really good. Sometimes I like to make my own Rice Krispie treats, and over my spring break at my sister's house, I got to make Rice Krispie treat cereal, and it was delicious. You can also do this with Cocoa Krispies and I'm not sure what others. But Rice Krispie Treats has been one of my favorite desserts, and I'm glad Kellogg's made it into a cereal. I do like the regular Rice Krispies and the regular Cocoa Krispies. I also miss this Jumbo Rice Krispies where it's honey and multi-grain Jumbo Krispies. Unfortunately, they got discontinued, so yeah. Next up is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love this cereal because it is rich in cinnamon flavor. They also have French Toast Crunch, which used to be a limited time only, but it's now a permanent item. And they also have chocolate, and I think they have vanilla. They also have churros. I haven't given those foods a try, but you know what? Cinnamon Toast Crunch was really delicious. When I was a kid, I used to hate cinnamon. I thought cinnamon tastes like yucky stuff. You know. But you know what? I like cinnamon, and cinnamon makes foods taste better. Like cinnamon buns, which are one of my favorite cinnamon treats. Apple pie. And snickerdoodles. And apple cider and applesauce. Yeah. Speaking of apples, there's another cereal that I didn't put on my top 10 list, which is Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks is a really good cereal, too. But I prefer Cinnamon Toast Crunch to be the best cinnamon and sugar. I also like cinnamon on graham crackers whenever I have like s'mores or something. Next up on this list is Barbara's Puffin cereal, and it's the peanut butter. I love this cereal because it's rich in flavor. There's like more peanut butter than what Reese's Puffs offer. When I was a kid, I would always eat, after I eat one bowl of Puffins, I would come up with a second bowl. And it will go on and on. This is the best peanut butter cereal that I've ever eaten in my life. You know, so if you haven't tried this cereal, you should definitely try it. It is actually delicious, even though it's not General Mills or Kellogg's. Okay, next up is Fruity Pebbles. And Fruity Pebbles is, Rice Krispie treats with fruit flavor. And they were one of my favorite cereals when I was a kid. But yeah. They also have Cocoa Pebbles, which is good. And I also like their They're Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles treats. They also have chocolate and peanut butter, which I never tried before, but I bet it tastes delicious. They say they have more flavor. Yeah. And my number one favorite cereal is Lucky Charms. It's magically delicious. Now, basically, I'll tell you a good reason why Lucky Charms is my favorite cereal of all time. It's because of the marshmallows. The marshmallows make it taste good. I mean, the cereal part is alright, you know, it's just frosted, toasted oats. But, you know, they also have it available in chocolate, and they also have fruity and frosted flakes kind. And, yeah, I really love their marshmallows, and I wish it would just be all marshmallows instead of just whole grains. But whole grain is the first ingredient, and you need to have some whole grains in your diet. They're after me, Lucky Charms. Hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers and blue moons, hourglasses, rainbows, and tasty red balloons. Well, that's my impression of Lucky the Leprechaun. So, that wraps up my top 10 favorite cereals. I mean, these cereals aren't good for you, but you know, they're worth mentioning in a top 10. And my least favorite cereal of all time is Raisin Bran. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. Well, you know what? If you have a favorite cereal you want to share with me, feel free to do that in the comments. And if you have suggestions for top 10s, please let me know in the comments below. This is Bacon Chris signing off.